Well, I tend to think that Bitcoin is maturing into a traditional finance asset. And you can see that because Larry Fink wants Bitcoin and many other financial institutions want Bitcoin as well. And if you continue to see Bitcoin's adoption, this is what mass adoption looks like. This is what Bitcoiners have been talking about for a very, very long period of time. And I tend to think that both Mark Cuban and Tom Lee are right. Is that there are some people in the Bitcoin community that were the hardcore kind of libertarian, decentralized, maximal, believers, and they are not excited about where Bitcoin is headed. But there's also a ton of people who have a lot of money who understand that there's a need for a decentralized, digital, non-sovereign asset like Bitcoin, and they're starting to put it in their portfolio. And so I think Bitcoin's going to be just fine. Well, look, I think that it's all a relative game. If you want to go and put your money into sports gambling or a number of other high risk, high potential reward type things, there's plenty of that stuff in society. But I think that people forget Bitcoin is a savings technology. If you take your hard-earned capital, you continue to put it into an asset that is compounded at over the last 10 years is compounded at 60%. Over the last 3 years, it is compounded at over 33%. It continues to go up and to the right. And if you just zoom out for a second, everyone who is saying that Bitcoin is somehow impaired, Bitcoin is over, Bitcoin is dying, Bitcoin is going to zero, show me what has changed. The network is still decentralized. The network still continues to produce block after block of transactions.
Right.
The network continues to do everything it is designed to do. And more importantly is the U.S. government, whether Republicans or Democrats are in office, are going to print money. And so Bitcoin has no top because the dollar has no bottom. And I think that ultimately you are going to see that we have an asset now, just like real estate, just like gold for other generations. Bitcoin is this generation's asset that they can protect themselves from that undisciplined government spending.
Yeah, as long as it holds its value around here. I mean, from my outsider's point of view, I think it was always an adoption story. And I think that adoption story got to an apex, and it's going to be hard to ever repeat that. But that's just my point of view. I'm curious what you think about Michael Saylor, who says basically the crypto people are that $2 trillion is shifting out of crypto and basically getting ready for these mega IPOs and just going into other kind of more exciting asset classes. Do you think that's the case?
Well, I definitely think that capital chases momentum and returns, right? We've actually seen that happen in the Bitcoin and crypto industry over the years. But look, you have to remember that I think a lot of folks, take me as an example. I've invested in over 300 private companies. 2/3 of them are outside of the Bitcoin or crypto industry. It's just that I talk the most about Bitcoin publicly. And so I think that's true of a lot of people in this space. If you go look at many of the best investors that were early to Bitcoin, the guys at Fortress were famous for being early to Bitcoin. Like, they're not known for being Bitcoin investors. They're known for doing other things. And so ultimately, I think that Bitcoin has found its way into the portfolio of good capital allocators. It's not just a cohort of people who only own Bitcoin. The reason why that's important is because they're looking at, okay, I have a portfolio of assets. I'm excited about